On October 22nd, the Val-d'Or Foreurs will be making their way to Center 200 and joined by play-by-play man for the Foreurs, François-Olivier Dénommé. François-Olivier, tell us what the mood is like in Val-d'Or for the 30th season. Any exciting festivities going on for year 30 in Val-d'Or?
There are some festivities. They are not giving up much information as of now. They will update it as the season progresses, but there's some kind of excitement. Team president Danny Marchand told the people it's time to go and to enjoy your team. It's going to be a long year at the office. This is a team that is probably a year removed from contention, so it's not year zero of the build-up. But there's some huge question marks, especially on offense. We don't know what will happen with Justin Robdias. I think it's pretty much understand now that he is going to leave. Will he go to Quebec? Will he go to Sherbrooke or a surprise team elsewhere? But I think we have half a season left of Justin Robdias, the captain, the face of the franchise and number one centerman by far in this team. So the team is already thin on offense. Minus Robdias, the Foreurs will have to win games 3-2 and 2-1.
Aside from Rubiard, do you think that there's a bit of a veteran presence there that might carry this team to maybe more wins than people think?
Probably because they have a good goaltending tandem, and I can't emphasize enough how good Mario Barry is as a goaltending coach. The guy has been thanked when Roberto Luongo and Martin Brodeur were inducted into Hall of Fame because he coached them. So he is a guru for the goaltender, so that'll be okay. The defense will be okay, but as I said, it'll be tough on offense on most nights, especially when Robdias will be out. Some wins, they will make the playoffs, they will gain some momentum, and you talked about the age of the team. A guy like Félix Paquet is now 19, but he barely played at 17 when the team was in the bubble and so many good people in front of him. So, yeah, he's 19, but he really has the experience of an 18-year-old, and that's the case for plenty of them. So it's not a young team, but it's not an experienced one.
One of the players who has been in the queue for a number of years, wears an A, is David Doucette. Spent a half season with the Eagles. How has he developed, and do you think he's going to do a good job wearing that letter for the Foreurs?
I'm sure of that. The guy has plenty of experience. He's wise. He's a mature young man. And on the ice, he is having a good start. It's the first time really in his career that he has kind of a pressure to produce. They are counting on him as a number 2 centerman when Rubiard is healthy. So it has never happened to David Doucette. As of now, he's playing with Alexandre Doucette, which was a top 15 scorer last year. He has to produce. I think he will, but you have to temper expectations because when you are number 2 centerman, you play against number 1 or number 2 defensive pairings, and it's tougher.
You mentioned Justin Robdias. Of course, there was a story already reported that he had been traded to Quebec. What was the reaction to that getting out in Val-d'Or? Obviously, the league likes to see these things kept under wraps. What do you make of that situation?
You know the guy who started this story, and I don't think Mr. Lalancette woke up in the morning and said, well, I'm going to throw something in the air and let's see what happens. I think there's smoke and there's fire. So, yeah, I think Rubiard will go to Quebec. The GM here in Val-d'Or keeps telling me that it's nothing done as of now. But, you know, the Remparts are trying to go all the way. Rubiard is a centerpiece in this league. You cannot judge Justin Robdias only by points. It's much more than that. It's the leadership. It's the work ethic of that guy. It's the DNA of the family, obviously. I think the team that will get our captain is going to upgrade a lot and becomes, in my mind, a clear favorite for the Cup.
Mathis Willette comes over to Val-d'Or in a trade from Cape Breton. Somewhat of a local boy from up the road there in Rouyn-Noranda. How exciting is it to have him playing in Val-d'Or?
There's a lot of expectations for him. He was a high draft pick, if you can remember. And there are 7 local guys on the Foreurs this year. I've been covering the QMJHL for about 25 years. I cannot remember a team here in Abitibi with 7 local guys, either from Rouyn-Noranda, Val-d'Or, or Amos, which is nearby. And I think they are counting on Ouellet to provide a certain depth because there are a lack of high-end talent.
That help the attendance, do you think? Those players bringing their family to the game?
I think it will a little bit, but nothing brings the crowd more than wins. If you can couple wins with local guys, that's the best.
I mentioned this Val-d'Or team coming in on October 22nd. We talked about Rubiard. What else about this Foreurs team should people look forward to watching?
A guy that you saw play in St. John, Cale McCallum, is an all-star in this league. He is a one-man wrecking crew. He's not that good in the defensive zone on the coverage. He improved, but he's not the best. But when he has the puck, look at the patience, the confidence this guy has. I cannot believe he still is a Foreur as of now. I'm sure the phone will be ringing. He's about a point per game man. He was last year, and he's a power play quarterback. He's calm, cool, collected. He can drive up ice. He has a good shot from the point. He's not a powering shot, but he constantly puts it on net. And take a look at number 72, Nathan Brisson, first round draft pick. They are putting a lot of hopes on him. Like the rest of them, even though he is 16, he will have to produce.
Great insight, François-Olivier. Thanks for this, and have fun covering the team this year.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's François-Olivier Dénommé, part of the play-by-play team there in Val-d'Or. The Foreurs will be coming to Center 200 on October 22nd. You are listening to Cape Breton Eagles Hockey at 1270 CJCB.